The Arun indicator was developed by Tushar Shande in 1995 and is an indicator system that determines whether a stock is trending or not and how strong the trend may be. It measures the number of periods since price recorded an X-day high or an X-day low, and it is comprised of two separate indicators, Arun up and Arun down. A 25-day Arun up measures the number of days since a 25-day high, and a 25-day Arun down measures the number of days since a 25-day low. Chartists can use the Arun indicator to spot emerging trends, identify consolidations, define correction periods, and also to anticipate reversals. So let's go ahead and load up the Arun indicator on this chart of GTI here at stockcharts.com. Now down here below the chart in the chart attributes area, all the way down at the bottom, click in the indicators box, and there are two instances of the Arun. The oscillator, which only has one line, and the actual Arun, which is the one we'll be talking about today. It is set at a standard period of 25 here. So here is the Arun indicator. It is made up of two signal lines. The green one is called Arun up. The red one is called Arun down. It has a range of from 0 to 100, and the 50 line is a very important area to cross either up or down through, showing strength of the trend. Crossovers between Arun up and Arun down also give signals. Okay, so let's take a look at the beginning. Right here, Arun up surged up, crossed up through Arun down to the top of the line. The stock was in an uptrend. Now, when both lines are trending lower parallel, that means it's a period of consolidation. And right here, the first cross was a bearish cross with Arun down crossing up through Arun up. Then it crossed back down, but this one was an even more powerful signal because it easily cleared the 50 area and went straight to the top. That showed that the trend was very strongly down, which is correct. Now another period of consolidation. This time the bears are losing because Arun up crosses up through Arun down. But then it does another cross, another consolidation period. This time it's a bearish cross with Arun down crossing up through Arun up and going to the top of the range here at 100. Okay, and that was a pretty strong downtrend right there. So another period of consolidation, and here's where the bulls take over with Arun up strongly surging up, crossing up through Arun down and hitting the top end of the range and staying up there, keep bouncing up against the top. That's a sign of strength. Then another small period of consolidation, and the bears take over with Arun down crossing up through Arun up and staying up above in the 100 area, in the very high end of the range here. So that was a very strong downtrend that lasted even longer. Okay, and one more time for the bulls, they win right here because Arun up crosses up through the 50 line, crosses up through Arun down, and hits 100, showing a very strong uptrend here. Now let's take a look at another chart of CENX that has some really good signals on it. Okay, starting right here, this was the top here. So you would expect Arun down to be at a high, which it is. Okay, the strength of this downtrend was very strong. Okay, then we enter a period of consolidation right here where it forms a double top, breaks down this level of support here at the neckline and falls. Okay, so that's this spike here showing strength of the downtrend increased. The bulls fought back, it consolidated again, the bears won here. strength of the downtrend increased. Okay, but this is where the bulls took over, right here. Okay, Arun was down at the very low end of the range. Then it spikes right up through the 50 line, then crosses up through Arun down, hits the top end of the 100 range, and stays there for a very long time. Now this is where they start to lose steam here. It goes into a small period of consolidation right here, breaks down support and falls. So the strength of the downtrend right here increases right here. Now here's another bottom where Arun up hits the very bottom and then starts up. Okay, during a period of consolidation where a beautiful double bottom chart pattern shaped like a W forms, and when it breaks above this point of resistance at the neckline, Arun up shoots up through the 50 line and at the same time crosses Arun down and hits the top end of the range as it breaks out above resistance with some pretty good volume here. Okay, then it does another small period of consolidation, which is where it runs flat, forms a nice little tiny double bottom, and is right now breaking above this area of resistance right here. Volume's not convincing though. But as you can see, this one does identify the trend rather quickly, and it also determines the strength of the trend, which is very useful. Here's another example. This chart of JRCC, right here at the beginning. It's obvious right now with Arun down being at the highs here in the 100 range that was a strong downtrend. And then when it came down here and broke this level of support, that was pretty much the beginning of the end, because this looks like a descending triangle chart pattern, which broke support right here. Crash, there was a little bounce up to the old level of support that became resistance, and then it broke below this level of support and really fell. Okay, so look how long Arun down was up in the above 50 range. So that was showing that this was a very strong downtrend. The downtrend started losing steam right in this area as the indicators are moving sideways and down together. This is a period of consolidation that formed a bullish double bottom chart pattern right here shaped like a W, and when it broke above this area of resistance on super high volume, Arun up crossed immediately up through Arun down, cleared the 50 line with no problem, hit the 100 line, and remained up there all the way to the top, where it topped out with a lot of tall upper wicks on these candles, which are always a danger zone after a nice run. This signaled the top right here, all these upper wicks. Okay, so the bulls started losing strength. Okay, now this crossover came a little bit late, but this double top chart pattern shaped like an M lost support here, and at that point when it broke all support, volume picked up and the downtrend continued stronger. Okay, breaking below support right here was very bearish. Okay, then it comes into another period of consolidation where a very small lazy double bottom is formed, and when it breaks above this area of resistance again on huge volume, Arun up immediately crosses up through Arun down, clears the 50 line, and hits 100 again, showing that the uptrend has strength. Now when you go to the predefined stock scan page at stockcharts.com, there are a couple of categories to find stocks in a new uptrend according to the Arun. There's 149 of them today, and stocks in a new downtrend according to the Arun, which have 30 stocks listed in that scan today.